We welcome you to the Rose Garden in Portland, Oregon. Wayne Larrabee, Johnny Red Kerr, the Bulls trailing the Trailblazers 14-12 with 6:55 to go in this first quarter. Both teams came out shooting very well. The Bulls 6
points. The crowd into it early here. These guys coming off a back-to-back game.
Second of the back-to-back situation for the Bulls will be tomorrow night. This is the first half, and they close the road trip with the game tomorrow night in Los Angeles. But things to take care of first in Portland, and Scottie Pippen at the line as a result of a foul by Cliff Robinson on a fast break a moment ago. Bulls have 2 team fouls, and the Blazers have 1. Pippen off the mark on both. Longley trying to control the rebound, and who is it lost? Apparently going to belong to Portland. Last touch by the Bulls. P.J. Carlesimo in his 3rd year as head coach of the... Michael on the block against Isaiah Rider. Jordan turns baseline. Dudley lost the rebound out of bounds. It'll belong to Chicago.
Let it go, Chris. Let it go, baby. Let it go.
Jordan and Harper, the familiar tandem in the backcourt for the Bulls. Kukoc, Pippen and Longley up front. Nice look into Longley and a foul call. Robinson, his 2nd personal, 2nd on the team.
Well, Michael just finds a little opening. He gets the big guy up in the air, Dudley, and flips it into Luke, and then Cliff Robinson comes over to commit the foul. So if Rasheed Wallace, who just came off the injured list today, getting ready to report in, will come in for Cliff Robinson.
And Luke Longley at the free throw line. Take a look at the background, but nonetheless, Luke puts in on his first. There is Rasheed Wallace, former #1 draft choice. Former #1 draft choice of the Washington Bullets. And Longley makes good on a pair. Bulls down by 2 and some pressure in the backcourt. Phil Jackson feels that this Portland team can... Wallace the rebound, slapped away by Harper into the hands of Luke Longley. Pippen pulls up for 3. Ring it up.
Scottie Pippen, very quiet Sunday, got 6 points in the first quarter, and then was very quiet, but I thought he did a nice job on Detlef Schrempf. He pulls up with his first points at 3 here.
Bulls by 1, and from the outside, that's Gary Trent. His 3rd from the field. He has 6 points. Trent 3 of 4 shooting from the floor here in this first quarter. Portland recaptures the lead by 1. Pippen again for 3. Knocked out of bounds. Last touched apparently by Wallace. It'll belong to Chicago. Tony looking on the inbounds. Luke Longley across the lane with a left-handed hook shot. Gary Trent the rebound, and Portland leading by 1. Sets up offensively. Just under 5 minutes to go in this first quarter from the Rose Garden in Portland. Isaiah Rider. Portland leads by 3. Kukoc backing Wallace. Tony with the up and under move. Knocked out of bounds. Going to belong to Portland. It went off of Tony Kukoc. Tony argues the call in rather animated fashion, but to no avail. Marty McCutcheon, the official on the baseline, made the call. Watch it again.
Tony with the good fake. He goes underneath. Looks like it goes off of Dudley.
Ooh, you're right. Tony says I never touched it. You know what? The replay backs him up. Caffey deflected it loose, but Trent there to collect. Anderson for 3.
That was long.
Knocked out of bounds, and it's going to belong to Portland. Last touch by Jason Caffey. Caffey gives Tony Kukoc a break. Gary Trent on the inbounds. Isaiah Rider to Kenny Anderson again. A good look. Open three, and he's got it.
Kenny Anderson, yeah, his second one. 6 points for Kenny, little left-hander, and they'll call a timeout here in the Bulls front court.
Phil Jackson talking it over with Jason Caffey. Meanwhile, a standing ovation for the Portland Trail Blazers, who lead 23-17 with 4:02 to go in the first. Age 14 and under, entering the United Center, receive a Bulls youth jersey, compliments of Coca-Cola. PJ Carlissimo's club is very sharp so far tonight. They have hit 10 of their 15 shots from the field and are on a 7-0 run. Jordan chased out of the backcourt, lost the handle on it, gets it back. Dudley with a chip shot. 9-0 run now by the Blazers.
The Bulls have only come up with 2 rebounds here in the first 8 minutes of the game.
The up and under move and a foul coming up. Scotty had heavy traffic at the baseline.
Here's the pass underneath. And they draw the foul. Is that on Trent?
Yeah, Gary Trent.
Second. Yeah. So Robinson and Trent, the 2 starting forwards, come up with 2 fouls apiece, and they bring in D'Antonio Wingfield.
Wingfield played just 1 season at Cincinnati under Bob Huggins. At Boston Friday night, he had a big game, 14 points and 12 rebounds. The foul's going to be coming up on Rasheed Wallace, his first and the 4th on the team. Longley at 7 points, 11 rebounds at 35 minutes at Sacramento, but has been quiet in the last 2 games with just 10 points and 11 rebounds combined in those 2 games. And Luke makes 2 more at the line. Play. Longley the rebound. Kerr in the lineup now for the Bulls. Pippen on the run. Jason Caffey right back to Kerr. Bulls look to run some offense here. Pippen out high. Scotty from deep for 3. Rebound knocked out of bounds and last touched by the Bulls. So it'll belong to the Portland Trail Blazers. Bulls are not shooting bad, John. They're 7 of 13 from the field, but Portland is 11 of 17. This is Anderson. Over Steve Kerr for 3.
Well, this is the first quarter that the Bulls haven't come out and really sparked right off, got right out of the gate.
That has been the Bulls' sharpness here tonight. Jason Caffey, loose ball foul as Rasheed Wallace had position down low in the backcourt, and then Wingfield. Dudley up front with Wallace. Wingfield out deep off the mark. And now Scottie Pippen. Tony for 3. The tip by MJ.
Quarter. Detroit just steadily chipped away, came back. They had a miserable trip into the East.
Wallace had it stripped away, and last touch by Wallace apparently out of play.
He hit the back of the backboard, I think, to have it go out of.
For 3.
Brooks got a couple now in the first quarter.
So the Bulls back to within 4. Anderson watched by Kerr. Shot clock down to 3. Pippen, no foul. 2 points for Isaiah Rider. He has 9. Scotty backing Wingfield. Bumped on the play by D'Antonio Wingfield, and the foul. Isaiah Rider apparently hurt his left hand, and he's motioning to the bench. He needs some relief.
He needs either a trainer.
The foul on Wingfield is first. The team over the limit. 40 seconds to go.
Stacey Augmon will get the call here. Let's take a look and we can see what happened here. He came into the basket and jumped in with Pip. And I guess when he went down, he hurt that hand. So Rider sits down, and Stacey Augmon, a recent guy traded from Detroit in Doug Collins' doghouse.
And deep in Doug Collins' doghouse. And so So deep he got thrown out the back door. Sent over here to Portland for 3 players. Isaiah Ryder, 9 points on the bench.
Very athletic, though. Fits in pretty well with this team.
And Scotty 1 out of 2 at the line. He had missed his first 3 free throws. 7 points for Pippen. Kenny Anderson breaks it across. Randy Brown to the lineup now for the Bulls, along with Tony Kukoc. Here's the difference. Shot clock on the left, game clock on the right of your screen. Anderson. Wallace from downtown. Michael Jordan up high for the rebound. Bulls will set up for one last shot. Michael out front. Jordan gets the quarter in this ball game. Phil Jackson and the Bulls trailing the Portland Trailblazers 30-25 at the end of one. Come back to the Rose Garden in Portland. The Blazers leading the Bulls 30-25. And here is Red with tonight's Ameritech playbook. Red?
Ameritech playbook. Well, the guy that's shooting 41% from the field, Chris Dudley, is the guy the Bulls would like to leave open. You see him pressuring everybody else, double teaming. Well, here it comes to him, and he's got that little 12-foot jumper on the baseline, and he knocks it home.
A look at the shooting in the first half. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, Steve Sanders and Allison Payne with complete coverage of the O.J. Simpson verdict. That's halftime of tonight's game. Here's the lob for Scottie Pippen. He has to save it to Jason Caffey as we start the second quarter. Randy Brown to Scottie Pippen down low, and a foul coming up on Stacey Augmon. His first and the first on the team in the second quarter. This Portland ball club, Phil Jackson mentioned to the shoot-around this morning that their main scorers, Anderson, Robinson, and Ryder, shoot under 43%, but tonight those 3 are 9 of 15 from the floor. Caffey on the drive, but a quick whistle brought a stop to the play.
Rasheed Wallace?
Yes. Wallace is second.
So they're 3 front court guys with 2 fouls apiece.
Wallace back, as you mentioned, Red, just activated this afternoon. He had spent 19 games on the injured list with a thumb injury. Tony to Bill Wennington. Pippen out front. Scotty right on the money. 9 points for Pitt. Pippen coming off that 7-point 2 for 14 performance on Saturday at Seattle. Bulls are down by 3. Opening minute of play in the second quarter. Wallace looking to wheel, and a foul coming up on Jason Caffey or Randy Brown.
Second.
Jason Caffey. It's the first on the team. Pippen cleans the board. Jermaine O'Neal out of Eau Claire High School in Columbia, South Carolina. Randy Brown. Finds.
They keep throwing it back into Pip's hand, and he's supposed to be the guy that beats the clock, or what I call red. Not many.
Randy Brown. Tony Kukoc. Caffey on the block against O'Neal. Tony finds Randy Brown off the baseline. And the Bulls beginning to operate their offense a lot more smoothly now. Right. These last couple of trips down.
6-0 run for the Bulls. They take
on the point on Stacey Augmon in Detroit was not only did he get into Doug Collins' doghouse, but he lost his confidence, and that's something that's going to take some time to repair. And they understand that here in Portland. But as you mentioned, he's a very athletic player, an excellent defender, and he can play a couple of different positions for you when he's got things together. Caffey. Time winding down to 10 on the shot clock. Pippen on the drive.
Yeah.
Yes, it up.
Wallace. Pip has taken over here. He's got 6 points here. He's got 13 to move down the baseline on a pass from Randy Brown. He goes around Augmon, just ducks under his arm, goes up and takes the hammer from Rasheed Wallace. So let's take one more look at it. Good move.
Pressure in the backcourt. Ryder out of the backcourt with it. Again, Phil Jackson thought that the Blazers could be rattled a little bit in the backcourt with some pressure. Randy Brown picks the pocket of Isaiah Ryder. Lead for Tony Kukoc, broken up by Gary Trent. Kenny Anderson. The lob to the back door, Jermaine O'Neal, and a foul coming up. He was tangled with Jason Caffey, and I believe they're going to call it on Caffey.
His third foul. Oh, Harper comes in now for Jason Caffey. That was really something to see Isaiah.
To a crowd. Cliff Robinson for three. And it's rebounded by Pippen. Bulls by 4. Andy Brown off the baseline.
Whoa.
Harper comes up with it.
They want a little balance now. He said, get a little balance.
Yep. So they reset the offense.
Oh, look at him.
The shot clock was not reset. Phil Jackson says that ball hit the rim the first shot. Scottie Pippen's second shot hits the rim, but to no avail. Isaiah Rider rebounds. Coming up on 8 minutes, almost 4 minutes gone by in the second quarter. 8 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the half. Rider from deep connects for 2. Make it 3.
Yeah. Rider with, 12 points here.
That ended a 10-0 run by the Bulls. Here's Pippen to answer, and he does for 2. Well, we ran on the field. Anderson bumped, and he will go to the line for 2. Foul is on Bill Weddington. No, it's on Harper, not Weddington, but Harper on the foul.
Kenny Anderson finds a little relief here to get through and under the baseline, on the baseline, and then Harper reach in and gets him. And I don't think he should be shooting 2, but they're going to let him do it.
Anderson makes good on his first.
Well, now you've got who Pippen is leaving the game along with Weddington. Michael back in the game.
And Dickie Simpkins as well.
Dickie played well Sunday. He and Jason Caffey both.
The other way. Jordan for 3. O'Neal the rebound. Portland basketball. Isaiah Rider asks for a timeout, and he gets it. 7:17 to go in this first half. The Bulls control things early in the second quarter, but their lead at one time 6 is now down to 2. 36-34. Trip so far 4-0 and doing the job, scoring 107 points a game. Meanwhile, the Blazers 0-4 on that East Coast swing. And what P.J. Carlesimo was most concerned about were the 108 points the Blazers allowed their opponents on that road swing. Shooting in this quarter, well, the Bulls really have picked it up. The outset of the second quarter, 5 of 8. The Blazers just 1 of 6. Portland on the attack.
4 out of 9 from three-point range for the Blazers.
10 to go on the shot clock. Longley trying to thread the needle to Kukoc, knocked out of there, picked off by Dudley. Here comes Rider on the drive. Got a foul coming up.
Luke Longley back to defend, but the pass was not a good one. It was too tight. There was everybody on the right-hand side of the floor, and Luke tried to thread one down to Tony, and that's too tough.
Luke with his first personal 4 on the team.
Phil was pleading his case there. He said he just stood there with his hands up.
At the free throw line, Isaiah Rider misses on his first. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, complete O.J. Simpson coverage from WGN News. I'd like to also wish our congratulations to Lori Lockfear and Craig Harris celebrating their engagement. Simpkins played some fine defense up in Seattle the other day. They brought him in early in that game, Red, to up now for the Blazers. Brown, second leading scorer in the nation last year at Murray State, hits his first from the field over Steve Kerr. Kerr out front.
Oh, knocked him.
Luke Longley will go to the line finally on the foul on Chris Dudley.
Well, Michael exploded high over Dudley. Dudley cranks him across the right. Watch this. Michael beats his man to the hoop. Now he goes way up. Just knocked him off stride. Now what's it?
You get him with the body at all?
Body and the arm.
Luke Longley. Bulls and Blazers tied at 39. And the Bulls have a 1-point lead. Pressure in the backcourt. Traveling the call. Gary Trent tried to make a spin move along the sidelines. And again, Red, what we've seen in this first half is what Phil Jackson was calling for this morning. Some presence or pressure in the backcourt. And the Blazers eventually will turn the ball over under that pressure. Points off turnovers are equal. Steve Kerr double team. Ryder knocked it away. Kerr clears to Jordan. Michael back to Kerr for three. Nope. Tony Kukoc. But that was kicked by Marcus Brown. It should be a fresh shot clock for the Bulls. And they'll get it inside court. And that's going to be the case.
Yeah, Steve got shaken up on that play. He got rammed on a screen. And boy, did he ever get hit Sunday on one of those.
Oh.
He took a charge late in the game from Gary Payton. Changed the whole part of the game around.
Michael Jordan. Longley on the post. To the right hand. Simpkins rebounds. Dickey again. This time a
good
foul.
work. Dickey underneath, strong. He said, I should have made that basket, but I'll have a couple free throws coming up here. 30, who is that? 33, is that Trent?
Gary Trent picks up his third foul.
Here's, it looks like Dudley got a little piece of that, but in comes Dickey, misses the shot up close, go gets the rebound, comes back up, and draws the foul on Trent.
Simpkins makes his first, and he'll have another on Tuesday, February 18th. The Bulls battle the and Jewel. Randy Brown back into the lineup for Chicago. Dickey Simpkins at the line. The Bulls lead the Trailblazers on the boards here tonight. And again, doing it without Dennis Rodman. The Bulls 16-10 on the glass. The advantage over the Portland Proud. Wanted Jermaine O'Neal. He was not clear. Robinson on the drive, scoring on the runner, and a foul coming up.
Cliff Robinson held to 4 points. He got a couple fouls in that first quarter here. Drives a strong drive down the middle. Strong enough to get whacked and still go up. Looks like Pip was on a foul there.
Scotty picks up the foul, and it is his first. Team is over the limit. So both sides over the foul limit now with 4:21 to go. Tied at 42. Longley finds Jordan. Michael on the wing.
10 for Mike.
Jordan came out, hit his first 3 shots from the field, and now is 5 of 11. Again, the Bulls present some three-quarter court pressure, and Dudley gets it across. But again, what the Bulls are not allowing to happen, that's the guards to take the block as the shot clock expires. And again, you see the effect of the hesitancy that the Blazers have had taking it out of the backcourt due to the pressure the Bulls have applied in this first half. A timeout called by the Bulls. 3 minutes, 32 seconds to go first half, and the visitors lead by 2. Just a look at the Bulls on top of that oldest pile.
And here is why. 30 years, 23. This kid is 18 on your left. And then there's a kid over here on the bench, if we can find him. Sitting down, where is Robert Parrish sitting next to Bill Cartwright? He's 43, so that alters that graph pretty good, gives you the youngest and oldest.
Coming up again on Portland. Chris Dudley picks it up, his second.
I think we're in the penalty area.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Both teams are over the limit. PJ not happy at all. Longtime coach at Seton Hall did a marvelous job there, taking the Pirates to the NCAA on many occasions.
You know, some good news over the weekend, some bad news. Of course, the good news is that Bailey Howell, a teammate of mine, went in the Hall of Fame. But there's a guy right here, Tex Winter, that did not go in the Hall of Fame, and it is a shame. He is not only coached for 50-some years. He's put together the best offensive scheme that the NBA has seen since I can remember. It's just a shame this guy never went in.
I echo your sentiments. Blocking foul on Randy Brown is first, and this will precipitate some free throws for Kenny Anderson. The Bulls leading it by 4, 46-42. That's been their biggest lead of the night. Blazers at one point had a 9-point lead. And Kenny Anderson, the former New Jersey Net, heads to the free throw line. Feels like he's found a home here in Portland. And they are very happy with his play thus far. Let's pause for station identification.
This is America's #1 sports station, WGN-TV, Chicago.
Don't forget complete coverage of the O.J. Simpson verdict coming up at halftime from WGN News. Steve Sanders and Allison Payne will have all the details at halftime. He stepped down the sidelines. Ryder not expecting that pass at point-blank range from Chris Dudley. And Red, the Blazers at times have been
sleepwalking.
Yeah, they've been shaking a little bit in the backcourt, trying to get the ball across. Michael over to Tony Kukoc. Scottie Pippen, the offensive rebound, steps out of the floor for the jumper. Dudley is there. Bulls leading 46-43, and Kenny Anderson sets it up. Anderson off a high screen by Robinson, right back to Robinson. Now Ryder. Ryder backing Jordan. 5 to go on the shot clock. Ryder looking for help. Now tough shot off the mark. And a jam by Jermaine O'Neal.
Well, I don't know who was guarding Jermaine O'Neal. I guess nobody, but he went up and just hammered it home. 18-year-old Jermaine O'Neal.
And this crowd is back in it. Anderson backs off. They'll run some offense. O'Neal down on the block against Jordan. O'Neal gets baseline, bumped by Randy Brown, and a blocking foul on Brown is his second.
But it's going to give the young man a chance who has ignited this.
Buechler and Kerr up off the Bulls bench, about to come in. Jermaine O'Neal, boy, he looks every bit of his 18 years youngster, isn't he?
Yeah.
I'll see if Arnie can get us another look at that baseline from the baseline camera, Arnie.
All right, here he is.
Years old. Look at that face. He's still got a little active. 3 points for Jermaine O'Neal. And the Bulls tied with the Blazers at 46. Luke Longley. They space into a triangle. Buechler in the corner to Longley, looking for a cutter. 4 to go on the shot clock. 2 to go. Pippen will have to offer from downtown. Did not get it up. Anderson on the drive, and it was knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to the Portland Trailblazers. Pippen got a piece of it. Cliff Robinson on the trigger. Dudley in close. Denied by Longley, but Luke gives up the foul. His second.
Well, if you want to foul somebody under the basket, this is the guy to do it with. Dudley shooting 42% from field goal percentage, 44% from the line. And here he's underneath. He gets that kind of position. You got to make sure you get him and not give him the basket. So 2 free throws.
So the strategy already.
Yeah, we used to say
3 points. Were those cartoons in black and white?
Oh, that was in the paper. Little Goldbergs were in the paper. And they were in black and white.
Yes, I guess so. Okay. Pippen trapped, and he travels.
So the Bulls, it almost looks like they're showing some of their weariness on the
goal run, keyed by the Blazer defense. Robinson for 3, nope. Back tap rebound, chased down by Anderson. Anderson dealing baseline.
The Bulls do not capture the rebound again, and Kenny Anderson drives around. It looked like Bill Wennington was able to step out, but not the case.
Second quarter for the Bulls.
Well, it's their 11th free throw here now in the quarter, so they're just reaching out and grabbing.
13 for Kenny Anderson. Under a minute left to go in this first half, and the Bulls have slipped behind by 3. Technical foul called on the bench on Phil Jackson. Coach Phil Jackson given a technical foul. Marty McCutcheon with the call. It's 14 and under entering United Center. Get a Bulls youth jersey. Compliments of Coca-Cola. Anderson missed the free throw. Stacey Augmon back into the game, replacing Cliff Robinson. Ball tipped away, and it'll belong to Chicago.
Pip was out of bounds when it came down, so they turn it over again, and all 3 times now on that right side.
Leon Wood at first motioned Bulls ball, but I must have misinterpreted his signal because he changed it quickly to Blazers, and Portland resumes offensively, leading by 3. Stacey Augmon.
Michael going at it with
Ryder.
Yeah.
Dudley down low to the hook off the side of the backboard. It is pass tipped by Michael. Anderson does not get a shot away as the first half comes to a close. Phil Jackson and the Bulls at the moment. Ron Harper, Michael Jordan the backboard, Pippen, Kukoc, and Longley the starting lineup up front. Bulls in possession to start the 3rd quarter. Jordan looking to work on Isaiah Ryder. Luke Longley in the lane. And the rebound to Isaiah Ryder. Here come the Blazers. Kenny Anderson sets up the play. Anderson and Ryder, the backcourt combination. Gary Trent with Chris Dudley up front. And Cliff Robinson. Kenny Anderson rings it in and out. Dudley on the follow. Kukoc backtamps the rebound to himself. Tony on the run. Michael against Ryder. To the fall away. Pippen the rebound.
And he missed all of them.
Had a couple of good looks on that trip. Kenny Anderson, 10 points on 5 out of 6 from the field. Gary Trent has been shooting almost 70%. Ryder the rebound. Jordan almost took it away. And Isaiah sets it up. Blazers leading by 5.
Harp with the steal.
Harper on the run with MJ.
Just your basic little snap dunk.
$25 from McDonald's and Charitables every time Michael or any member of the Chicago Bulls slam dunks in tonight's game. He'll even send $25 over there, John, if you for the top is called for his 2nd personal foul. Ryder and Jordan have had a good battle here tonight, physical battle here tonight. Ryder likes to get the block and then back his man in. Robinson baseline, and he lost it off his thigh out of play. So it'll belong to the Bulls. 10 turnovers now for Portland. Harper. Here's Michael against Isaiah Ryder. Jordan to the fall away again. 14 for Jordan. And the Bulls back to within 1, trailing 51-50. Gary Trent. Ryder clears on the wing. Kukoc got a piece of it. Kukoc picks up Isaiah Ryder on the switch.
Illegal defense. It had to be.
Illegal defense.
So the illegal defense called on Phil Jackson's Bulls. That is the 2nd illegal defense called on the Bulls. The first one happened early in the 1st quarter.
You want to know something? The Bulls have played 4 games coming into this one on this trip, but that's the first call of either side getting one.
So the Bulls trailing by 2. Blazers inbound. Gary Trent was fouled.
Pippen?
Looked like Scotty.
Pippen's 2nd foul, but Trent will be shooting. Trent trying to get inside. And, Pip with the call.
You look at Gary Trent and Isaiah Ryder, 2 players with the wide bodies, just perfect for posting up and pinching it. If Jermaine O'Neal the last 3 games has shot very well from the field. Trent with the 11 points, 1 out of 2 at the line. Bulls are down by 3 once again. Oh, beautiful cookout for the jam. What a feed from Jordan.
Word, very nice, and it gets Tony off starting here with 6 points.
Tony had 4 in the first quarter, did not score in the second. Anderson. Dudley puts it back. Bulls believe there should have been offensive basket interference called in that play, but of course they rarely make that call in the NBA. Dudley appeared to have that. Dudley on the weak side for the rebound. 4 minutes gone by. Third quarter. Kenny Anderson spaces the floor. Ryder, lead for Jordan. Michael over Cliff Robinson. Tony trying to pry it loose and does. Scottie Pippen. Here's Harp. 7.5 to go in the third. Down low, Scottie was fouled on the reach that time by Kenny Anderson. First on Anderson. The first on the team.
They're going to take this out in the side. He was going only one way, wasn't he, going through the hoop on this? Let's see.
Sure looked like it. But to no avail, the officials ruled before the shot. Longley sets a screen for Kukoc. Harper comes up on the wing. Now Scottie Pippen. Double down from Anderson. Scottie looking for help. Through the legs of Luke Longley. Shot clock winding down. And a foul coming up, a kick on Chris Dudley. That bails the Bulls out.
Absolutely. Nobody could catch up with that ball on the floor, and Dudley dives. Michael dives. There, Pip throws it on out. Low pass to Luke. Tough to get. And there they go out. And there it is. He kicked the ball out, tried to kick it ahead. PJ Carlesimo said, no.
PJ, nice facial expression. Oh, great delivery from the waiter to Luke Longley.
Now Luke with 10 points here, and the Bulls have crept back to a 1-point deficit.
Bulls just hanging around here in the third quarter. Rasheed Wallace backing in. Illegal defense again on the Bulls. I believe it was Scottie Pippen this time who was caught in no man's land. Phil Jackson has Anderson shooting the free throw.
He'll call the timeout now, I think.
Phil continues to debate the call, and a timeout call. Scottie Pippen talking as well with Leon Wood, but to no avail. The Bulls with 6:42 to go in the third, trail by 2.
He's got that arm all over him. He gives it a fake, fades back, and he's looking. Boom. Nice. Nicely done.
Blazers resume offensively, traveling the call on Rasheed on this team. Longley gets an open chip shot. This is one of the youngest teams in the league, as we showed you. Rebound back, Captain Kukoc. Long reach, finally grabs it. Pip got poked in the eye. That happened in Seattle as well the other day. Jordan stops, and Tony has the open pop for 3. Harper crashing the boards, but Anderson comes away. Anderson, Wallace, offensive foul, and Rasheed Wallace is 4th.
Well, I'll tell you, Pip has done this so many times on this trip. And they come down and commit that they're going to come in and hammer it. And here he comes, Rasheed Wallace. Pip standing there taking it. Boom.
Portland up to 12 turnovers now. They average 17 turnovers of the game for the per game. So that's nothing new that they would have 12 at this stage. The Bulls, meanwhile, force almost 17 turnovers a game. Jordan. Tony at the base of the triangle. 5 to go on the shot clock. Harper elevates the 3. Had it partially tipped by Anderson. I believe Longley tipped it out.
They moved Pippen over on, they had him over on Dudley last time. Now Luke comes out and Jason Caffey comes in.
So the Bulls go to a smaller lineup here. with Kukoc, Caffey, and Pippen on the front line. On Saturday, February 22nd, the Bulls battle the Golden State Warriors. It's Brawny Quilted Northern Hat Night. First 10,000 fans entering United Center receive a Bulls hat. Compliments of Brawny Quilted Northern. Portland basketball on the inbounds. Kenny Anderson sets the floor. Anderson signed a 7-year, $46 million deal prior to the season. Robinson poked away by Tony. Loose ball foul coming up.
Pip.
Yeah, it's on Scotty off the ball. That's his third. 3 on the team. Non-shooting affair. It's been a physical game, hasn't it, John?
It is. Very physical.
Isaiah Ryder faces Ron Harper.
It traveled. He had to travel before he got it up.
Well, I think that's what they wanted to call, but then the baseline official overruled Jack Keys and said that, hey, Harper got a piece of it, so it's not a travel. This time Marty McCutcheon corrected the call. Robinson
Lost it.
Ryder lost it out of play.
Go off of Michael in or what?
Apparently must have. Michael must have gotten a piece of it. It's Portland ball. Tied at 56. Kenny Anderson for 3. Dudley the putback. 7 for Chris Dudley. Coming up on 4 minutes to go in the third. Portland by 2. Tony. Pippen on the block. 10 to go in the shot clock. Scotty to the right hand. Nicely done. Pippen with 20. His first 2 points of the third quarter. Tied at 58. Anderson double team. Pippen triggers it loose. Harper collects and calls for a timeout. Full timeout will be taken by the Bulls. 3 minutes and 43 seconds to go, third period. P.J. Carlesimo and the Portland Trailblazers are even with the world champs. These comments prior to tonight's game.
Well, we're happy to hear that Dennis is back following the All-Star break. This is what we anticipated and hoped for, that he wouldn't be suspended any further. There wouldn't be any ramifications come from this. I think his meeting with the commissioner on Friday went very well. And we expect Charlotte, which will be a critical game for us after the All-Star game. We really feel confident about Dennis's ability to stay in shape. This is a guy who uses.
Now Dudley down low. Wallace. And he bleeds one home.
Wallace's first field goal, but I'll tell you what, on one end, Dudley's controlling the boards, and on this end, he's keeping the tap up.
Under 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Portland by 2. MJ backing Ryder. Ryder grabbed him on the move. Only the first on Isaiah Ryder, third on the team.
Low scoring quarter.
Thanks to the efforts of Dudley, as you pointed out, Red. Scottie Pippen. Got Robinson in the air, no basket. Foul is on the floor, and that is the 4th on Portland. It is the 3rd on Cliff Robinson. In the second quarter, both teams were over the foul limit with well over 4 minutes to go in the quarter, so that gives you an indication as to what kind of a first half we had. A lot of fouls in that first half. Jordan, a little change of direction. 10 to go on the shot clock for Pippen. Wallace overplayed and committed the foul. That is 5 on Rasheed Wallace and puts the team over the limit. So the Bulls will be going to the line in the person of Scottie Pippen.
Well, he came out to prevent a screen and roll way out 35 feet from the basket, draws the foul, and Jermaine O'Neal comes in the game.
Jermaine O'Neal made his presence known in the game with a thunderous follow-up dunk of a missed shot.
Well, he still may be generic O'Neal compared to the guy tomorrow the Bulls are facing. Shaq. The diesel. Shaq.
If Shaq plays in that game.
Right.
On Tuesday, February 18th, the Bulls battle the Denver Nuggets. Nabisco Jewel basketball trading cards night. First 10,000 fans entering United Center get a set of Bulls basketball trading cards, compliments of Nabisco and Jewel.
Well, Michael leaves. Tony comes back in for him, and into that sea of balloons. Pitt will try to make one out of two, and he misses them both.
And the Blazers back the other. 22nd timeout, Chicago. 2:14 to go in the third, and again they are on their feet here in Portland, with the Blazers leading the Bulls by 4.
Let's take a look at this one. Here comes Kenny Anderson up, and on the fly coming in is Cliff Robinson. He's been kind of quiet, but Kenny Anderson breaks down the defenses, and Cliff Robinson gets his 8th and 9th points, and you see the people at the Rose Garden come to life.
So the Bulls are back, and again in this quarter, Portland has done a much better job on the boards than the Bulls, and that has helped fuel them to this 4-point lead. Luke, that's turnovers. The Blazers have committed 5 miscues in this third quarter. There's Monica Seles, one of the outstanding tennis players in the world. Longley up high. 2 minutes to go in the quarter. 8 to go on the shot clock.
Going to get a red shot up. You're going to force it up.
Luke to Tony, off balance. Dudley the rebound.
Well, I'll tell you, sometimes the Bulls can look so terrible when that offense stays way out in the corner, swinging it around.
Dudley with 10 rebounds in the game now.
Quarter, and
they labored down the stretch in the first half as well. They just had they could not score in the last 3:22 of the first half. Kukoc to Pippen. Dudley clears.
Rebound.
11 rebounds for Dudley.
Uh-oh.
Wide open, Jermaine O'Neal. The Bulls have lost it on both ends right now.
But over the limit, Pip goes back. Pip missed his first 2 free throws of the game. First 3 free throws, and now he's got a couple. Here's Jermaine O'Neal. Oh, look at him all alone. Whoa, he goes up and just hammers it and loves it.
He may be 18 years, 5 months old, but he knows what to do when he gets to the rim, doesn't he? Scottie Pippen, meanwhile, misses again from the free throw line. 40%.
Didn't need it this trip.
21 for Scottie Pippen. Could be a lot more than that if he had made the free throws. Under a minute to go, third quarter. Robinson backing Kukoc. Ryder at the arc. Robinson driving baseline. And the Bulls control in the person of Luke Longley. Here's Scottie Pippen. Luke on the trail. Kukoc the wing. About a 15-second difference. Shot clock to game clock. Longley, good interior feed. Jason Caffey is taken down. And a foul coming up. Jermaine O'Neal had him on the arms. And that's the first on O'Neal.
Bulls trying to get something down low, and here's Jason with it. He makes the fake, goes up and gets grabbed by Jermaine O'Neal. So 2 free throws here by Jason Caffey, who has not scored, and Randy Brown waiting to get into the game.
Jason missing his first. Boy, missed free throws.
Yes, sir.
May come back to haunt the Bulls here tonight.
The Bulls last year on a trip out to Seattle really had a tough time. They had the game won, and I think Pip was like 3 for 13 from the free throw line. And now here, Jason Caffey misses and makes.
1 out of 2, and Jason on the board for the first time tonight. Bulls trailing by 4. No shot clock. Final 20 seconds. Robertson at the trigger. Anderson with time winding down. Clears Randy Brown. Controlled the boards in the third quarter and helped lead the Portland Trailblazers to a 4-point advantage heading into the fourth. Appeared to have injured his ankle early, but he went on to score 46 points, leading the Bulls to victory over Portland. The Bulls return home with a 3-2 edge in the championship series. Take a look at the game stats brought to you by AT&T 1-800-COMPARE. The Blazers shooting 44%. Now the Bulls still under 40% shooting from the field and just 2 of 10 from the arc. Blazers also have the edge on the boards now. Portland on the attack, leading by 4. Start of the fourth quarter. Dudley to the hook and
yes, sir.
Dudley another rebound. He has been dominant on the boards in the second half. Cliff Robinson over Simpkins. 11 for Robinson. Quick timeout here in the fourth quarter. So the Bulls continue to struggle as they have since late in the second quarter. They slipped behind by 6. Card of the Bulls game, February 16th. This valuable card. Great way to save, brought to you in part by Fantastic Sam's, Jiffy Lube, Nancy's Pizzeria, Meineke Discount Mufflers, General Nutrition Centers, Avis Rent-A-Car, the original Flamingo Surprise, and Phillips Florals. Michael Jordan off balance, connects. First 2 points for the Bulls in the fourth quarter, 16 for Jordan. Portland's lead is 4. Ryder in traffic left it short, but he was fouled.
Michael. Yep. Jordan's form now. Caffey, Simpkins, and Butcher. Steve will be the one guy that'll be out there. If he gets his shot, he'll be able to take that 3.
Isaiah Ryder puts in on his first. He has 15 in the game, but just 2 points in the second half. He's averaged over 20 points per game in the last 17 outings after a slow start this season here in Portland.
And the Bulls, the highest scoring team in the league, and they're sitting here on 62 points.
In red, they shot just 33. And again, this time it's on Dudley, and he can't believe the call. Third personal on Dudley.
They thought that Dickey had traveled on the play.
Can you pick it up?
He just reached out and had the one hand on him.
Simpkins at the low post. Steve Kerr. Dudley another rebound. If Portland wins this game tonight, Red, it'll be because of Chris Dudley.
Yeah.
Might want to get a body on that guy.
Either that or you put Wennington sitting out.
Michael to Jason Caffey off the baseline, and the Bulls continue cool from the field. Now Steve Kerr was met by Brown, and Marcus Brown fouls him, his first. The second on the Blazers here in the early going of the fourth quarter. The Bulls are trailing by 6. Phil Jackson, more often than not in the second half, Red, is elected to go with a smaller, more athletic lineup to counter Portland. So we haven't seen an awful lot of Luke Longley or Bill Wennington here in the second half. Michael, line drive right on the mother. Battling Michael Jordan, they cleared it out for him. Simpkins the rebound, he just pushed Dudley out of the way. Good job.
Oh,
Michael,
yes.
nice look. Yes, yes, and a foul.
Big, strong basket by Jason Caffey, and it was the little man, Jermaine O'Neal was the guy that got him. Good pass by Michael. Watch him come up with that big fake. Then he fires the ball underneath. Jason collects a little bit, goes up, and Jermaine O'Neal commits the foul. Nice job here. Strong job by Caffey.
So Jason at the free throw line. Jason has played pretty well of late. There's no question about that. Caffey in his last 6 games off the bench, averaging 12 points per ball game scoring. Missed the free throw. Missed a chance for a 3-point play, and Dudley again the rebound. Bulls trailing by 2. Some pressure in the backcourt that seemed to... Double down from Dickey Simpkins. Good ball movement by the Blazers.
Oh, good
Bushler
job.
took it away and knocked out of bounds by Jermaine O'Neal. Bushler got his hand in there and forced that turnover. Good job by Bushler.
Who comes for his jersey and out of bounds?
Michael and Steve Kerr, the backcourt. Jordan from Kukoc, ring it up for three. 21 for Jordan. 7 here in the early going of the fourth quarter. 7 of the 9 Chicago points in the fourth.
He's giving the Bulls a 1-point lead.
Coach doubles down. The ball up for grabs for a moment. Anderson can't handle it. Finally, Jordan does. He always seems to find the handle. Michael the pull-up.
Yes!
And a foul!
Oh, Michael, a dagger right then and there. Crossover. Pip loves it here. The whole Bulls bench is up, and we got a timeout called by Portland. Yes, we do, Wayne.
Gary Trent picks up the foul. It's his 5th.
Fear in his look.
MJ has scored or assisted on every basket this quarter. And that's his log for the half.
Bulls about.
Dave here to see the Bulls. Bulls on a 10-0 run. Ryder, ring that for 3.
That's the first good look he's had at the basket.
Michael, quick pull up on Ryder. Boy, you're right. He can feel it, can't he?
Yep.
My good, he had the look in his eye, and you could tell he can feel it right now. Big fourth quarter for Jordan. 12 fourth quarter points. This is Kenny Anderson. Bulls on top by
Shot up, going to the right.
Robinson's a guy you want to force to his left, and he's not nearly as effective. Kukoc. Tony with a hanger. Dickey Simpkins mistimed his jump on the rebound attempt. Let's pause for station identification.
This is America's #1 sports station, WGN-TV, Chicago.
WGN News following our game. They'll be reporting.
All his first. And they've got a chance to take the lead back here as Kenny Anderson goes to the line. You thought that they might want to keep going to Michael on that the way he was going, but Tony came up with a shot that was just a little short.
Anderson has 15. Miller Lite scoreboard earlier tonight. Jersey over Vancouver. Orlando beat Indiana. Charlotte down Minnesota. New York bested Houston. Milwaukee beaten by Cleveland, and Dallas took Sacramento. 16 for Kenny Anderson, makes a pair at the line. 2-point ball game in favor of the Bulls. MJ.
Ryder's going to try to block Michael's shots. You better just try to stay in front of him a little bit.
I misspoke on the score a moment ago. It's a seesaw affair now, and the Bulls lead by 1. Isaiah Ryder, one-on-one with Michael Jordan. Jordan tipped it out of bounds, apparently went off Michael's foot. So it'll belong to Portland. 6 to go on the shot clock. Kenny Anderson. Picked it out on him.
Oh, offensive foul. Man.
Gary Trent has the rebound.
If that is not a foul, Kenny Anderson jumped over the top of Kerr. And Trent comes up with the basket. I mean, you let him play a little bit. The guy can't jump in your chest.
The officials did not make a call. 10 to go on the shot clock. Kukoc to Jordan. Michael elevates.
Oh, he's shaking now. Look at him shaking his head. He says, I don't know if they could stop me out. 30 for Michael. He came in with 14 to score 16 in this quarter.
Bulls by 1 as we continue the seesaw in the fourth quarter. Just under 5 minutes to go in the fourth. Dudley's at Jordan.
He's not going to give it up either.
Michael.
He's missed 2 shots here now. He's still got a 1-point lead. 4:15 to go in the final quarter. Bulls with a 7-game win streak on the road. Undefeated here.
Anderson Anderson gets it back. And the Blazers continue to hustle the board.
Yes, sir. Good work off the boards. They're going to take a... Nope, they're just going to bring it out.
By Kukoc. The Bulls get into the defensive stop, and now they want a timeout. Phil Jackson and company. Game faces firmly in place. The Bulls leading by 1 with just 3:40 to go in the game. And defense has carried the day so far.
Bulls come up with defense as Michael gets behind Ryder and then blocks the shot. It comes down. Michael gets it. Then they fire it on into Cliff Robinson, and Tony blocks the shot. So good defensive sets the last 2 times.
Chicago 6-2 over Portland in block shots. Bulls basketball. Chicago by 1.
He wants Cliff Robinson.
7 to go on the shot clock now. Michael with 5. Michael to the left hand.
Luke Longley coming
foul.
over the top. Yes, that's the 3rd team foul on him, and it's Luke Longley's 3rd.
On Saturday, February 22nd, when the Bulls battle the Golden State Warriors, it's Bronny Quilted Northern Hat Night. First 10,000 fans entering United Center. Get up, struggled offensively here in this 4th quarter. Now, Anderson gave it up early. Blazers do get it into the front court. Anderson. Nice look to the baseline. Tough shot on the reverse. Gary Trent. The 4th. 5 to go on the shot clock. Pippen, tough shot off the heel of the rim. Dudley, another rebound.
16, 15.
Anderson sets up the flag. Gary Trent. Blazers lead by 1. Bulls need a stop. Trent is fouled by Longley.
Well, a little mismatch there on the side. The Bulls didn't give Luke any help over here. You got a quick, small forward coming on in on Longley. Comes to the middle. He reverses around him. Then Luke gives him the foul. Good job by Trent. He scored the last basket. He's got 15 in the game. They're up by 1 now with 2:17 to go. Michael's carried the load here for the Bulls in the 4th quarter, and the last
15 points. Luke does have 4 personal fouls. Michael Jordan has scored all but 2 of the Bulls' points here in the 4th quarter. Anxious moments on the Blazer basketball. Boy, Dudley works those boards, doesn't he?
Yes,
I'll tell you what, he works hard.
This is what he gets paid for.
Off a screen by Kukoc. Jordan quiets the crowd. 32 for Michael. Tied at 80. 2 minutes to go in the game. Ryder guarded by Pippen. Ryder traveled on the play. They didn't call it. Bad shot by Ryder. Really forced it.
You can tell when he wants to shoot the ball, he's going to shoot it.
That's a terrible possession by Portland. That's the kind of player Isaiah Ryder is, though. He'll kill you when it counts. Longley in the lane to the 4. Unanswered points. Force a timeout, Portland, and Chicago owns a 2-point lead with 1:26 left to go from the Rose Garden in Portland. Quarter to give the Bulls a 2-point lead. Last year here, these 2 teams battled down the stretch with the Bulls winning in the Rose Garden by just 3.
There's one of them, Michael, shooting over Trent. He knocks the deuce in. Here he comes over around. That's a good look at the same basket. And here we come back. The Bulls
fouled by Robinson. 4th on Robinson, 5th on the team. Foul shots coming up for Michael to the line.
Well, they had Ryder on him most of the game. Now they're trying to put bigger players on him. You see Gary Trent bumping him a little bit and Cliff Robinson. So Michael back to the free throw. Just going to try to take it on a crossover here and go down the baseline. And
Vicky Simpkins back into the game, replacing Luke Longley. Some presence in the backcourt defensively for Chicago. This is Kenny Anderson, watched by Steve Kerr. Pippen tipped it away, knocked it out of bounds. Last touchdown the play by Robinson.
Pip overplayed him, tapped the ball off, and now here comes Luke back in, and here we go, a little bit of the offensive, Phil says.
17 turnovers by Portland here tonight, just 8 for Chicago, all of which came in the first half. Michael squares up. The rebound, Isaiah Rider.
Now if Dudley touches it, you might want to whack him. They're going to call a timeout. Now you call one. Yes.
Bulls lead by 2. 19.4 remaining to be played in regulation. The wheels are turning on both ends. Is overtime in the offing? The final 19.4 seconds. Our next telecast in WGN, Tuesday, February 11th. The Bulls face the Hornets at the United Center. Dennis Rodman expected to return that game. Our coverage begins at 6:30 p.m. with 5 stars. A midseason low jumped at by Jordan. The follow-away not there.
Oh,
the
somebody.
Rebound, Caffey, and he's fouled on the play by Dudley to stop the clock. With
Looking up and down.
So Gary Trent got the shot down low.
He's gone, isn't he?
And he had made 8 of 9 from the field till that miss. Now he's 8 of 10. 3 from the line. He makes his first one here. Blazer bench standing. What a big win it would be for them if they could get one here against the world champs. But they are going up against one of the great teams of all that was made. The Bulls have forced this to a 2-possession game as far as the Blazers are concerned.
Absolutely. Big-time free throws. But the air is being taken out of the Rose Garden here, and the guy that is sort of put overkill on here is Michael Jordan. 34 points, 20 in this quarter. He got himself going, got it on a roll. Only a basket by Luke Longley, a basket by Caffey, and 2 free throws by Caffey has been the scoring here in this quarter. The Bulls, Wayne, have won 7 in a row, and you remember Carlissimo's team has lost their last 4 out east, and sometimes when you come off that road trip, it's still like being on the road, and they have been a little sloppy tonight, but it's not over here with 10.8 seconds on the clock.
That's a great point, John, and I know you know that certainly as a coach, as a former coach, and Phil Jackson has mentioned that many times. That first game back in your building after an extended stay on the road feels like a road game. So you get back into the swing of things at home, but at any rate, I'll tell you something. This has been, and I watched many of the games. You get a look at some of the WGN fans. I watched several of the Portland games last week back east, and this is the best effort I've seen the Blazers deliver in their last 4 games. There's no question about that. They have played pretty well here tonight for the most part. They've been forced into some turnovers by the Bulls. I think the Bulls rattled them a little bit with some of their pressure in the backcourt or presence in the backcourt in the first half. And here in the second half, the Blazers have gone up against the Bulls team that has not committed a turnover in the second half.
All right, now they take Dudley out of the game. Jermaine O'Neal is in. Trent will take the ball inbounds, and they've got, who is it, Robinson and Kenny Anderson.
4-point lead, Chicago. Possessions at least. Now the inbounds at Jordan. Isaiah Rider commits the foul. 5.8 seconds remaining, and Michael going to the line.
Do they have enough? I didn't think they did.
I didn't think they did either. The scoreboard shows them having 1 timeout remaining.
So Mike with 20 here, and these happen to be the biggest free throws of the game. And there's one, 35.
Gets the rim on the first.
And now he's going to come in, who? Tony Kukoc with Dickie Simpkins.
Now, this would be really cool if Michael closes his eyes on this one.
No. Come on. Give me a break. Give me a break.
What do you think?
Nope.
Nope, he watched it all the way. 36 for Michael. And again, it's back to the Bulls to victory here tonight in Portland. Facing a bunch of Trailblazers that gave P.J. Carlissimo an excellent effort here tonight, but not enough against Jordan and the world champions from Chicago.
I didn't have much room left.
Back in Portland, Oregon, the Bulls win at 88-84 over the Portland Trailblazers. Our Southwest Airlines high-flying scorer, Michael Jordan, with an incredible fourth-quarter effort. He had 22 of the 28 Chicago points in that fourth quarter, and again shot 50% from the field overall in the game at 5 rebounds to boot as the Bulls post the 88-84 win. Our next telecast on WGN will be Tuesday night back at the United Center. Our coverage begins with a special half-hour 5 Stars, a mid-season report at 6:30 p.m. followed by Bullseye at 7 p.m. Central Time, and the tip at 7:30 when the Bulls face the Charlotte Hornets, and Dennis Rodman will be back. Tonight's game produced by John Walgren, directed by Arnie Harris, associate producer Mandy Cohen. Our graphics operator is Janice Devine. The executive producer of WGN Sports is Bill Borson. Don't forget to stay tuned for WGN News. They will give you complete details on the State of the Union address by President Clinton tonight and the O.J. Simpson verdict. For Johnny Redker, Wayne Larrabee saying so long from Portland, Oregon, where the Bulls have defeated the Trailblazers 88-84.